Shalom. Before I get started, first off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well, and peace and salutation to the Akim that's pushing his word in truth and sincerity. All right. Lord willing, filling up the hopeful elect. Okay, Shalom. This is the brother Zion Amon from the GMS Detroit Bar Camp. All right, and I'm just coming to you with another video. This time, dealing with the woman. We don't too often get on the woman because she's not important, right? The women is gonna be, we're gonna have our heart's desire when it comes to these women, in the kingdom. But as of right now, this video here is a good reason to not deal with them, man. And I wasn't even gonna do this video, but I don't know, it just was on my spirit to I guess speak on it, only because as of late it's been a lot of videos, a lot of stories coming out like this with these wicked ass women, where basically being simple and selfish and weak, because they are the weaker vessel, right? And this shows proof to where these women, they'll take their own life, what I'm saying, and more importantly, they'll basically murder their children's life. What I'm saying? It's bad enough that these women, it's like, especially the so-called Israelite woman, but the so-called Negro, Latin, and Native American, but especially that so-called black woman, man. The rates of abortion for the so-called black woman are out the roof. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's unprecedented. You know what I'm saying? But it's even more disheartening to where where women actually have children, and that the children are so-called living a life, right? And you basically just rob them of a life, say, by murdering them, by killing them prematurely. Now, in the same breath, the scriptures do say whoever died being innocent, whoever perished being innocent. You know what I'm saying? You can read that in Job 4:7. But, just speaking, as a man, I guess you can say is that, it's a terrible thing to see. You know what I'm saying? Israelite children just being, slaughtered for face value, for no apparent reason, if you will. Even though we know the Most High, he got this whole thing set up, so it's ultimately is his will. You know what I'm saying? But it's just funny, how all these cases of women that can't cope with life, you know what I'm saying? They want to off themselves as well as off their children. So, I was just gonna play this clip and I'll bring a few scriptures out, and I'm gonna close out. So here we go.
First, it's a chilling story that is just so hard to believe. Police say this mom here set her own car on fire with her 3 children locked inside.
But thanks to several witnesses, those children managed to escape, and now Marcelino Benito is in Southwest Houston, where this all happened live. Marcelino, how did this all start?
Well, guys, it's unclear how or why this started, but tonight a family friend says this mother went to church on Sunday morning with her 3 children. By Sunday evening, police say she was trying to burn them alive. The day after, at this South Houston car wash, an owner, Gerardo Cortez, can't get over what he witnessed. She kept shouting, "Let's go see Jesus. Let's all go see Jesus," Cortez says. Police tell us 31-year-old Anna Esther Segovia set her car on fire with
That's
3
right.
kids, ages 9, 11, and 13 inside. She revved the engine 4 or 5 times and it ignited. She wouldn't let them out, Cortez says. Cortez watched as the older daughter tried to flee, but Segovia pulled her hair and forced her back into the car. It was really burning, flames in the air, says Cortez. Daughter managed to get herself and her sisters out. Witnesses intervened to help the girls, but Segovia dragged her 9-year-old away from the car wash to the bayou. Precinct 7 a deputy was able to take her into custody.
Ana Esther Segovia, do I understand, is not present?
This afternoon, Segovia was a no-show in Project Court for medical reasons. She's facing 3 counts of aggravated assault of a family member. Back at the car wash, Cortez is shaken, but grateful. God didn't let this happen. It was at the right place at the right time, Cortez says. Every time he looks at the charred car, he thinks about how much worse it could have been. Tonight, a close family friend tells us she's a loving mother who just snapped.
So kind of Salaki for that. Hold on. So kind of Salaki for that. You know, not that she murdered her children, but she damn sure tried, right? But hey, the Most High, you know, allowed the angels for whatever reason to protect them in that moment, whether it be for future judgment, you know, aka the missiles, or you know, Lord willing, you know, one or all of them be delivered. You know, you never know dealing with the Most High, but just to zone in on these women, you know, as in the wickedness that go through their mind, you know what I'm saying? Because women can be some really conniving, you know what I'm saying, bitches, just to say it plain. They can be really conniving and wicked, you know. Now, it's one thing, you know, for you to give up and, you know, let it all go and off yourself, but you know, why the children? You know what I'm saying? A man in his right mind wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, an Israelite man, he'll just deal. You know what I'm saying? He may not have shit, but you know, he do any and everything he can to make shit work out. Ultimately, you know, Jake, you know what I'm saying, where they'll basically turn to a life of crime. But it's him really just trying to hustle, just trying to make something happen, you know, for his pedigree, you know, for his children. You know what I'm saying? Not that the case is that he may want to live that lifestyle, but he's just doing what he got to do. Let me just put it like that. But these women, you know what I'm saying, which is really no excuse because, hey, to come up in America is you know, these elites get all these handouts with open arms to these women. You know what I'm saying? They're eligible to get all and any type of funding. You know what I'm saying? If they're you know, unemployed, underemployed, you know, for having children, for having, you know, low income or whatever. You know, what you got, FIA, you got, you know, HUD housing, Section 8, you know, WIC. I mean, like, you name it, you know, you can just go on and on. They got all type of grants, different loans that these bitches can take out, you know what I'm saying, which with basically no credentials at all. But when it comes to the Israelite, man, it's just, hey, you figure it out, you know what I'm saying? So it's amazing, you know, to see these bitches just give up so easily, you know. But that just goes back into them being the weaker vessel, showing that, you know, the man is the head of the household, which a lot of times, you know, it's the woman that's the one that's pushing, you know, the Israelite man out of the home. A lot of times in these cases, the Israelite man is not that he's a deadbeat or he ran off. He's not even running from the children per se. A lot of times it's that woman, you know what I'm saying, dealing with her mouth, attitude, you know what I'm saying, and that being in order, not wanting to listen. But again, I'm just gonna read a few scripts and I'm gonna close out. It says, this is Sirach 25:9. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. Hey, that's a broad statement to make. You know what I'm saying? You would rather deal with any kind of hell, but just when it comes to a woman, I don't want no parts of that. I don't have time for it. You know what I'm saying? I can't tolerate these slut ass bitches. These bitches look like monsters out here. A lot of them. You know what I'm saying? They try to dial themselves up. But it's like, bitch, you just got on a costume. You know what I'm saying? Just that in itself is wicked. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't even know. You don't know, if you are to push up on a woman, you don't know what the hell you gonna get at night. You know what I'm saying? You get at night, it's a whole nother breed, a whole nother something else. It's like, who's the person I met, you know what I'm saying, 4 hours ago? After they take off, like I say, their costume, whether it be the weave, the wig, right, lace fronts, fucking eyelashes and all heavy ass foundation and makeup. You know what I'm saying? And me, myself, personally, I can't and won't deal with no woman, coming like that. If she don't have so-called natural beauty, you know what I'm saying? Or she ain't all dressed up and made up, I'm not dealing with it. You know what I'm saying? Because nowadays, hey, you got a lot of this transsexual nonsense going around, and you don't know what you dealing with nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Because Esau have it where you can just be whatever the fuck you want to be, So we really in some scary times, and which denotes the fact that we have to be in the end of this kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Because all this shit is out of hand, Just to read on, this is Sirach 25 and 16. It says, I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. Because, hey, that same woman, you know what I'm saying, that's whispering those sweet nothings in your ear or whatever, that's placating, you know what I'm saying, that same bitch can be scheming on you, trying to set you up, you know what I'm saying, whether she with you for some money or basically for some type of come up, because that's basically what these bitches be on. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you already know the deal where these women have, 4 or 5 men for the whole week. Or, a dude a week to pay whatever, bills they got going on. You know what I'm saying? Basically just, like I say, with you for some money. They not with you genuinely. They just looking for what they can get out of you, and they trying to move on to the next, Dumbo, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So you can't trust these women. It says the wickedness of a woman changes her face and darkens her countenance like sackcloth. A lot of these bitches have like a dark aura about them. Like they spirit, you can just see like it's up to no good, You could just, if you have the spirit to discern, you can see and or hear, if this bitch is basically, about games or not. She about games, she about, like I say, setting you up, scheming, because that's a lot of these women's hustles, Or, you have dudes that know, you know what I'm saying, that they get weak in the knees for a woman. They'll use a woman, you know what I'm saying, to set a dude up to basically capture his attention to the point they not paying attention to their surroundings. And what? They get robbed or whatever. Hell, just what? I think maybe 3-4 weeks ago, you had a dude, that was hanging out or what have you with this one female, right? And some other guy in the back, but the basically in the video, the female blew the guy's brains out. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't being circumspect. He wasn't being vigilant. He didn't understand, what type of company he had around him. You know what I'm saying? And for that, he paid with his life. You know what I'm saying? Again, trusting a woman. Hold on, I have a few more scripts. Let's see. Okay. So this is Ecclesiastes. It's Ecclesiastes 7:26. It says, "And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth the Most High shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her." Kind. All right, that's a mouthful. I read it again. This is Ecclesiastes 7:26. It says, "And I find more bitter than death the woman." You know, damn. It's basically it's better that you perish than to deal with a wicked ass woman, because a woman is more bitter than death. At least when you die, at least you resting. You know, as they say, rest in peace. You resting with the Heavenly Father and the Son and the angels. You know what I'm saying? But these bitches out here ain't shit. You know, they bitter. They make your whole spirit, your countenance, you know, drop just looking at them. You know, some of these bitches. You know, like just when you get them, you know, sometimes you just don't even want to be bothered. You just like, I can't do it. I don't have the patience, you know, or the temperament to basically not blow up, because that's what Jake goes through as well. That, you know, some of these women they run them, you know, they run them so ragged to the point that Jake can't just take it no more. He just blow up on them, and then, you know, all of a sudden it's his fault, you know. But to read on, it says, "Whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands." You know, like it's said earlier, you know, she always about scheming how to trap a nigga, how to corner a nigga. You know, her biggest game is, you know, putting that baby on you. Yeah, you stuck with that bitch for 18 years. You know what I'm saying? Whether, hey, you know, sweet talk to them, don't wear the condom, you ain't gotta put that on, or, you know, hey, putting holes in condoms and this and that, saying they taking you know, birth control and they not, or what have you. You know what I'm saying? These bitches setting up traps. Again, so they looking for that come up. They looking to just, so like, looking to just live here deliciously, not have to work, not have to do shit, and have somebody wait on them hand and feet, like they the king. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they the king, like they the one that you're supposed to praise and honor. You know what I'm saying? That's not how it go. And that's not how it's gonna go in the kingdom of heaven. Because scriptures say, Revelation 21st chapter, that the tabernacle of the Most High is with men. All right, meaning the men is gonna be the head. Okay, they the ones that's gonna be calling the shots and ruling. All right, in the kingdom of heaven, not no women. All right, the women is set up as a helpmate. All right, so basically as a assistant. That's it, right? Just to finish this out, it says, "Whoso pleaseth the Most High shall escape from her." So, hey, if you're doing this work, if you're pleasing the Most High, you know, you're going out on the highways and byways, you're doing the work of the Lord, you being a doer and not just a hearer only. You know what I'm saying? That's pleasing to the Most High, right? Especially with sincerity. You know, that's pleasing to the Most High. And 9 times out of 10, you know, you won't have to deal with these wicked bitches, because First of all, the Most High, He gave us the scripts, all right? And through it, we get wisdom, all right? And we apply that wisdom, right, to circumvent, these traps out here, i.e. these women, all right? It says, but the sinner shall be taken by her. But these 2/3 niggas, all right, these can't get right niggas, these niggas that want to do them, all right, smoke their weed and drink their brews, pop mollies and Percocets and all that, and go to the club every weekend and turn up. You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones that's going to be given those problems by way of the woman, right? Because they always high and drunk all the time and not thinking clearly, all right, and get caught up on some dumb shit, because they're being they're full of lust and that's spiritual, you know. So hey, with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to the Akim that's pushing his word in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom.